Welcome back to Project 613. Today we learn all about honesty in business in terms of having accurate weights and measures, being precise with our measures and weights. This is a positive mitzvah in the Torah where the Torah tells us you should have an honest balance, honest weights, an honest dry measure, and an honest liquid measure you shall have. And what this basically means is that all of our measuring implements like scales, weights, or measuring sticks all need to be precise, all need to be exact. The Torah tells us that one who has exact measures, they acknowledge, by having exact measures, this is one of the ways that we acknowledge that Hashem took us out of Egypt, to the extent that Hashem only took us out of Egypt on the condition that we would be honest in our business dealings and we would have honest weights and measures. Today we also learn the parallel to this positive mitzvah, and that is the prohibition of not using inaccurate or not precise measuring sticks or weights. So an example for this would be the Rambam gives us that when surveying land, it would be forbidden under this prohibition to just give a rough estimate on the size, on the amount. Rather, it has to be measured down to the last millimeter, and it needs to be using an accurate measuring tool. So for example, the Rambam tells us that one cannot use a rope that would expand or contract based on the weather, and then you compare the way it was measured in the summer or the winter, and you end up with a different measurement. So the measuring tools have to be made from a material that will not be affected by the measure. The same thing when it comes to the weights. One cannot use a weight on the scale that is made out of a material that will rust, because this would be a violation of this prohibition, because that would affect the weight and that would change based on that. And so on. There are many details, and these are all included in this prohibition. The third mitzvah that we learned today is an additional prohibition where we see just how far the Torah goes with this, and that is that not only are we not allowed to use inaccurate or not precise weights or measures, but we are not even allowed to have in our home, we are not even allowed to keep in our home an inaccurate or unbalanced weight. And the reason for this is that even if we have no intention of using it, perhaps someone else will end up using it, and this is the reason why the Torah tells us that even just to keep them in our home is also a prohibition. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.